Have you got a Caravan and you want to be able to run your Starlink Mini? I suggest you watch this video, because it doesn't matter if you've got an 8 battery system in your Caravan or a lithium, this system will be absolutely foolproof and it'll work every time that you need it to work on the Starlink Mini. We've got the TV hatch. Originally it just had the one white Nava cigarette socket. So I'm going to try and sit this up in a position where you can see it. We've tapped into the power that was in the cigarette socket. We've put a DC barrel connector on there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put voltmeter on the input. Yes, it's going to read backwards, but that's your 13.2 volts. And then your output, 30 volts DC. So this unit here is a 12 volt. It says 224, but there's a little dial under here which you can turn up. It's rated at 5 amps. So that's why we're getting 30 volts out, and then the rating's at 5 amps. This circuit here will be a 10 amp circuit to be enough to run the Starlink Mini. I'm gonna test it with this cable that it comes with, small, thin, and rubbish. These are our Element 3 cables, heaps thicker, as you can see, and better handling with the UV. I'm not even gonna try and make this look pretty. I'm just gonna do it in a rush. No light on there. Let's plug that bad boy in. Light comes on straight away. I'm just gonna put that on the ground, just there, and I'll get my phone out. I'll give it a second to kick in. So you see now, E3 Stazza, that's us. We'll go to Starlink on our phone. It's calculate your orientation, download and software update. Job done. Leave it plugged in, away you go. One way to know if the converter is on, it's got a little green light. So if that green light's on, you know it's got power here. There is also the option to make a remote switch for it, so just an on-off switch remotely somewhere else that you can mount away from the Starlink. So if you want to have that there, you've got to run another twin cable to say like in here or up the top at the control panel, and you can have a switch there. For this setup, them turning it on and off is them plugging it in and unplugging it. It's just super simple. Now with these cables, like I said, same sort of setup. Because we're using the converter, we can get away with using this thin crap cable. If you're not using a converter and you're running it off a cigarette socket, you need to have this thicker wire to make it work just straight off the battery without a converter. Or if it's a smaller converter, these will come in 10 meters, 5 meters and 1 meter lengths. And then there's also a 5 meter 3-in-1. This is 14 AWG. The 3-in-1 is 16 AWG, and then this is 18 AWG. So this is just small and crap. But it's because this is the one that comes with the Starlink, and it's because this comes with a 30 volt power adapter. That's why you can afford to use this on a setup like that. But what we've done there is perfect.